Hey, there we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are out there. Welcome back to the live stream. Love the tacos. My name is Jeff Fritz, and...
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Greetings. It is so good to see everybody. Thank you so much. Look at that. Raphael DCA.
Raphael DCA just resubscribed for 5 months.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi, all.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my, indeed. We are right at it. Thank you so much, chat room, for tuning in, for joining us today. Where's my sentiment numbers there? Huh? Where are they at? There we go. Thank you so much. I was a little busy this morning. I was dropping off. I had a car accident a few weeks ago. I was dropping that off, getting everything taken care of so we can get that repaired, get the rental car so I can still get around town, all the good stuff. So I appreciate your patience while I'm getting ready and getting things together here this morning. Thank you for the follow, Foffy, Scrimshaw, and
Luke just resubscribed for 11 months. Hi all.
Hey, Smap, so good to see you. Thank you so much. 11 months. One to go, and you'll get that propeller. Thank you so much. All of our subs, all of our cheers this quarter, we're making donations to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I'm thrilled to be able to support them this quarter. I think it's good to be able to help them. They're, of course, waging the war against childhood cancer and other pretty scary diseases for kids. So, good morning, chat room. Let me say hello to a couple folks here. Good afternoon, Kates. D.D. Walsh is here. Wait, let me show you something. Well, I don't have it set up here. I'm sorry. Top Pot Donuts and Snickers Donuts. Oh man. If only they were gluten free. Hey, Stelzy, good to see you. Janescu, Raphael said hello to you. Devman NL, good afternoon. And Sean, good morning. So good to see you. So, I'm all Phillied up here today. I've got my Phillies hat, but what do you see this shirt? Wait, check out this shirt. Tasty John, Philly Fresh. Oh, right after Philly's own Tasty Cakes. That's right. Tasty John, Philly Fresh. It doesn't get any more Philly than that. And with the cream colored shirt, oh, it is so good.
Joylix_ just resubscribed for 2 months.
Thank you so much for that resub. And we'll make another donation. Really, really good. Sounds delicious. Oh, I need to bring Tasty Cakes to Seattle next time I visit. That Onion. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Let me get some music playing here in the background while we get started here. Legend of Chan. Thank you for the follow. Today I'm going to play, let's play, this is called Judson. I like this one. This is funky music that gets you in the groove. Gets you focused on whatever task it is you might be working on. Whether it's writing code, doing homework, writing documentation, reading documentation. This is Music to Code by our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. Make sure you check out the music, and thank you very much for letting us listen to your music here while we're streaming together. Writing code, mtcb.pwop.com. You can get your copy or execute the music command in the chat room, and you can learn more all about great songs like this one. All right. When last we spoke, I had something that we put together called FritzBits, and they're the channel points you can see just underneath chat over on this side. If I head over here, I've put a couple more redemptions out there, and I want to put them a little bit further out because these are not all friendly things that you can do here on stream. Wear a different hat. So I need to put together a list of hats that you can choose from. You know some of the hats that I've worn here on channel, but you can tell me at 5,000 if you'd like me to wear a different hat. And the red ones are where the penalties start coming in. DD, let me know. Let me know if these are good penalties. You can force me to change my editor font to Comic Sans.
Wait, Master. It might be dangerous.
It's kind of dangerous. It looks ugly, but you can force me to change my font to Comic Sans at 10,000 FritzBits. You can cash that in, and for 10 minutes, I will use Comic Sans in whatever editor I may be using. It'll be Visual Studio Code here in Linux. 10,000, of course, I will review any session submission that you're putting together for a conference. I will change to a plain text editor for 15 minutes. I will switch to Notepad. I will switch to VI or Vim for 15 minutes at 15,000 FritzBits, and the fun will ensue. I will review your code. You can send over a project, and we'll spend 10-15 minutes looking at your code at 20,000. And for 25,000, I will record a voiceover for you. It has to be family friendly, with a maximum length of, I believe I said 10 seconds. Yeah, a 10-second recording in English. Must be family friendly, and it is subject to my approval. So, a couple new things that you can redeem. Hardcore going to Comic Sans. I know. It's It's something that I think will make folks smile and have a good time. Oh, how did I miss this? Hang on, let me do this. Let's do this. Watch this. I just put down featured.chat here. Check this out. Put this down here. Look at that.
Hey, Mom! We get some meatloaf! We want it now!
Good morning, JAF1021. I got the Philly gear. That's right.
She's doing.
You're missing the E in C# Heart. Something happened with your thing there, and it didn't emit the emotes properly there. So this is featured.chat. It's an application that was built by our friend Lucky Number 7, and we can show that here a little bit on stream when there's a chat that we want to highlight, chat message we want to highlight. So folks that are maybe watching a recording can see exactly what somebody's mentioning here on this view while we're over here. That's right. Happy belated birthday to Mama C# Fritz. Yesterday was her birthday. She's 29 years old. It's true. I cannot deny that.
Everything is awesome.
She is. She's 29 again. But I'm glad you like the Philly gear. You like the Tasty John shirt there. Comic Sans, Welsh Renato. Yes. No, not the system font. I may regret that. Maybe. I set a limit as to how many times you can redeem it per stream. At least it isn't Wingdings. That's right, Svava. I had a couple people say, no, it's got to be Wingdings. You got to put Wingdings in the list. No Wingdings. Let the saving begin. Absolutely. Customize the emote with a hat. I passed on customizing the emotes. If you're too familiar with VI, it needs to be Emacs. I'm just enough familiar with VI that it's painful. The voiceover one is pretty sweet. I think so. I think that's a good one. Even I put all my code and review it, it wouldn't take 15 minutes. Well, that's why you need to focus. What is it you want me to review? Give me something that's focused that we can look at and cover and give you feedback in 10, 15 minutes live on stream. Switch back to Brief, my favorite editor of all time. Yeah, that's right. Happy 29th, belated 29th birthday to Mama C# Fritz again. That's right. There you go. It is a miracle. You didn't know that. It is an absolute miracle. Hey, Fretya, good to see you. Ninja Ola, hello. On the pain of using VI, the pain is the important part, after all. You're not wrong. The Twitch design even changed. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. So, there's a couple of the ones that you can redeem, and I do have highlight my message. Unlock a random sub emote. If you aren't a subscriber, you can still unlock a random sub emote. I think it unlocks for 24 hours. Yeah. So at 500 bits, which is really easy to get, you get 300 just for 300 for following, and you can choose an emote to unlock at 750, and I think that's, yeah, you can actually choose it for an extra 250 bits. So very easy to acquire, and these Fritz bits, these points, you get just for watching, just for being here. Your emojis aren't working. I know, what's with that? What is with that? You know how to close VI without having to reboot. Well, that's a thing. Absolutely. There we go. So I have the featured chat window up, and we'll highlight and show off some of these messages from chat as we go along here. Sometimes I see that the Twitch mobile apps don't format chat properly, and I end up having to close them and restart the app, and then the emotes start working again. Rebooting will stop VI? Hang on, let me show. Here's Hugo wants to. No, you don't need to install a new operating system, Hugo. Rebooting will stop VI. What also will stop VI is :WQ or Shift ZZ or :Q exclamation point. Real intuitive, but it works. Fanny Reinders is here. Hello. Good to see you. So those are some of the new things that we have available. If you have other ideas for different redemptions that we could do, even if they're a little bit of the penalty variety, something that's a little bit fun to taunt, to make make my coding experience a little more difficult, you can send those along, and we will consider them and put them in the list here. Of course, it's all the discussion around that you can find in our general channel over there on the Discord. No, not taking the hat off. No, very. Are you kidding? Fairy wants me to take my hat off for 5 minutes. Do you have any idea what this looks like? It's awful. Type with a straw or my feet. No. No. No, Dee. Or how about this one? The most popular way to stop VI, feeding your computer through an industrial grinder and walking away to live on. That's just wrong. I don't think that's the way it works. No. Oh, this one. Hugo, that one might be interesting. Type with mittens on. Maybe we can do something like that as we get into winter. How many to write a little program? I'm not familiar with what Rockstar is. What's Rockstar? I don't know. That's a problem. I'm not familiar with Rockstar. See this? See, I knew my chat room, my friends out there in the chat room would know ways to taunt me and get under my skin. Okay, that's an interesting one, Kate. 10 minutes using just voice recognition to write your code. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. 10 minutes using voice recognition. I like that one because that's one that would help highlight some accessibility questions or concerns. That would be interesting. How many for Rainbow Face? No. Right? We're not. No, we're not. No, that's not a thing. Totally not a thing there. The voice recognition idea would be painful, but at the same time, I think would highlight some accessibility things. That's what I like about that. So that one, Fargo, says wear a top hat. I don't have a top hat. It means I would need to also, right, to go over the hat, I would need to change headphones. But there already is wear a different hat right here. So Fargo, that might not be too far off. I would have to get a top hat, though. Boom Boom says, following on that, top hats are dope. I can't disagree. No emoji allowed in the highlighted chat. Is that true? That might be a thing. Kate's not too far off on this comment either, that it would make it difficult to chat with folks while using the voice to text to speech, or right, the transcription, the voice recognition to code. Let's come back to that. Maybe we don't activate that until we get on the other side of Ubuntober here. We get outside of Linux, so I'm running on my native machine, and I can run inside of Visual Studio with Windows helping out with that. It might be a little bit more accessible to do, and I'd be interested to see how that works. Fanny Reinders asks, what am I using for this? This is featured.chat. There's a link to it there in the chat room. This is written by our friend Lucky Number 7. He's another member of the Live Coders team, just like Fanny Reinders, just like a couple of the other folks that I saw here. And Copper Beardy, hello. And he wrote this feature that does the overlays that you see here on screen. Very cool stuff. So I really like this because I think with a little bit of formatting, a little bit of help, there's a lot we could do with this to make it more interesting and more accessible, more, right? We don't need to always have chat on the screen. We can have moderators help out, queuing and showing some of those messages that appear. So, he is adding themes. Yeah. There was some discussion of that. So, Mary Jo Stabler, good morning. So good to see you. So let me get back into our project over here. I'm going to close out of our rewards. So make sure you check out those rewards. I'll be keeping an eye on them. You know what? I need to do this. I'll close that one. I'll be keeping an eye on them. I'm not sure how exactly I receive the information about the redemption. When somebody redeems something. It's not entirely clear to me over here. Maybe I get a whisper or something? I don't know. We shall see. There's a thing going on right now with the Terminator, the new Terminator movie that's out. I believe, is it still there? I believe there are now Terminator cheer bits that you can use in channel. That they'll drop an extra 10% when you use those. And of course, all of our cheers become donations to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So it's a good way to get Arnold to make a donation to St. Jude. I'm just saying. Not that I do a very good Austrian accent, but hey, we can't all be perfect. Let me see. Let's go to dev. Go to our project here. I'm going to start up ngrok. And we're going to listen here. Oh my gosh, Dee Walsh.
Terminator 1000 bonus 100.
See that?
Let me add some value.
And Copper Beardy. Oh my gosh.
Terminator 100 bonus 10.
Thank you so much for those cheers. Yeah, we're gonna make some donations there, and we're gonna ask the governor to make a donation as part of that. I don't think it's him that actually makes the donation, but it's his movie. So I'm gonna start up ngrok there, and we will head to our project. And let's start this so it's compiling, building, and running in the background for us. And we're going to take a look at where we are today, see if we have any pull requests we need to take a look at, and get a little productive. We are so close to MVP, to minimum viable product, and being able to light this up and hand it over to friends of ours. Like Fairy Wings is asked to give the follower train a shot. And of course, Imperial, who started with the initial request for this. We're real close to letting this loose so they can both sign up and start using it. Yeah, there's a couple things that we should get in place. The train itself doesn't animate entirely perfectly. It doesn't all the way dock yet. Yeah, let's get this train a-rolling. Absolutely. And I'm keeping an eye out for those redemptions. Letting this loose like Skynet. Well, no, I don't know if I want to compare it to Skynet. When you're watching via the laptop, but have to pull Twitch up on the phone because the chat won't connect, says Acrophobic Pixie. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and The Onion has a very good point here. Look at this one.
Let me add some value.
Fanny Reinders as well. My goodness. And thank you so much.
Terminator 500 bonus 50.
Absolutely. Thank you for those cheers. But that onion says minimum viable product. You mean ready for sales by today's standards? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's definitely a thing. So, loving the hype. And I hope you let me know what you think of the featured chat over there, so we can give some feedback to our friend Lucky Number 7, who's did a great job with this feature. You saw it during TwitchCon. A couple of our other friends have started using the feature as well, and I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a really great feature. He's using WebSockets to send that information back and forth. If I had, there's a way to grant moderators access to this as well. So I could add a couple folks onto this. You know what? I'm going to add Hugo. I am going to give you the power to add some folks onto there. Let's see. Who else? Who else is here that we can put on the list? If you want to add something. No. I'm going to throw the Michael Jolly on the list here. He's a moderator. I'm okay with that. You're going to get a link and some information about how you can moderate at featured.chat. Let me see. Anybody else here? You know what? I'm going to tempt fate here, and I am going to give DD Walsh access as well. There we go. So we can play with that and make some of those chat messages appear. All right. SS Play is it Play Site? Welcome. Yes, we are using Ubuntu. I would disagree with most developers use it. I would say many developers who use Linux use it, but I would disagree with most developers use it. So, all right, we have I started writing up in the Readme down here. I just started throwing checkboxes into this. That's not complete. Hang on. Let's do a git pull so I get all the latest things in here. There we go. Because I updated my Readme. So there we go. I put some X's in here to mark the things that we finished and that need some help. I do still need some design help. I am an art amateur. The join channel feature. When and how does the bot join and monitor channels? Right now, the bot joins channels and just kind of lives there. It's always there. And we did get a pull request for some style on our join channel feature here. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what you meant. Okay, yeah, I agree. SS Play. Is it SS Play Site? Or is it just Play Site? Let me know. Web design or UI design? Well, it is web, so UI design. The project is available out here on GitHub. Let me put a project here. Pavi Games, hello. Cleaning up and preparing for MVP of the FritzBot. Source at... There we go. There's our project command, so you can get more information about this. So, Raz gave us some changes, and we should see, when the ticker goes by, we should see Raz up there for a couple of contributions here. Just marking something as button primary for the channel to join button here. And this is on the current channels page, which is an administrator page. This is fine. That's a really simple change being merged into dev. Not a problem. We'll take that. Thank you so much. Thank you for pointing out that I keep forgetting to add style to my buttons. LOL. There we go. So you're welcome to submit pull requests. There's a couple out here that are work in progress to finish how we resolve services. This is more of an implementation architecture thing that Stelzy is working on that'll make service resolution very easy for us. And Hugo's putting together a very important piece here. He started on adding documentation for new contributors. Right now, it's actually a little bit tricky for new folks to get in and get involved, get started contributing to the project. So this is actually pretty important. I want to get the project just shipped and running, and we can come back, and I'll come back and focus on some of those. And we're really, really close. What does the bot look like right now? Just joined. It's SS Plays YT. Okay, not a problem. So let me pull in this here. Let me pull in that last change, which is just a simple style. That's fine. And oh yeah, for pulling that in, it's going to automatically recompile and show you what it well, not show you what it looks like, but recompile and rerun here. So working on the UI would be a great Hacktoberfest project. Yeah, it would be. You're right. So right now, here it is. In order to get anywhere into the user interface, you actually have to log in, which means routing over to Auth0, logging in as a Twitch user, and then being able to click through and configure things. So I'm going to tell it to join the channel, and the user activity train widget is now here. Well, you can browse to it and see it. Let me open a new browser, and I will go to, there's a test location we can go to force new followers. So I'll go over here. What is it? API test, and I can force a new follower like that, and here comes the train. Now, the train timer was set for 5 minutes, so it's going to take 5 minutes for that train to get from this side of the screen to that side. The idea being, of course, that you're not going to run this inside of a browser. You're going to run this inside of OBS, and you're going to want to do something like this, so that it's sitting right here next to you, and you can watch the follower train go across the screen. Consequently, then, when you have a new follower, right, and we force a new follower into the list, the end's coming. Hang on. Right, so if I say the new follower is DD, now the train count goes to 2 over there, and we have a second car. We run into some problems as the number of cars gets really, really long. So there's some thought of we need to upgrade the cars so that there's 10-person cars. Maybe there's 50-person cars at some point, I don't know. But we'll upgrade the cars. But for minimum viable, this will take 5 minutes to get to the other side, but it doesn't dock properly. You really want to do some UI plugins for this, says Spicy Condiment. You're not wrong. That's a really good idea. Will it jump if followers are added because of the new cars? Well, it'll reset, is what happens. It'll actually come back over here towards me, right? And maybe there's an animation we could do there to make that appear, to make that shift a little bit. Spicy Condiment would like some time to review the code and see how to build on top. So this is something that is part of where I want to get on the other side of MVP. There's some things that are hardwired to make this work right now, that when I get on the other side of the minimum viable, what I want folks to be able to do is inside of, right now it's inside of Standard Features is the name of the project. This one right here, PixelBot Standard Features. You'll be able to add folders that have a configuration, that have a Razor template, and a feature that goes along with it that says, here's what to do when this thing is activated and available. So I want to put some definition around what this syntax looks like so that you can just build little Razor templates that say, here's how to respond to things, and here's what the configuration looks like for that thing. And the orchestrator project will just load those things up and make them available. Because right now, right, oh, there goes the train. right? So the train's going across the screen. Let me rip this out so you can see. The configuration that I have here, I would like this to be a series of cards, and each card is dynamically loaded as a Razor component from the, right now, the standard features library. The additional idea then being that other folks can build their own class libraries, deploy their own versions of this that has their custom widgets in it, and it'll automatically load up and enable those widgets. So, really, really neat set of things happening there. The Spicy Condiment says maybe document it. That would be awesome. Oh, Hugo. That's a very good point. Could I add it as an actual OBS source right now for testing? You know what? That's not a bad idea. I think you're right. So if I go over here to my terminal, there's where ngrok is. So let's give this a shot. No. Oh, I canceled it. No, get back here. It's this one. I want to copy that. Copy. And see how it's docking here? It's taking its good old time getting in there. Let me try adding this as a browser source right now. Follower train. And yep, there's that ugly bit there. So it's widgets train C# Fritz. I'm gonna make it the full width, and we'll shrink it down a little bit. Yep, good. There it is. You see the 0 in the top corner? So I could put it and see how it doesn't fully dock, and it just kind of disappears. So there's an animation issue there, but what I'm going to do is, so I should be able to, come here you. So let's kick off and just force another sample to come through there. So there's Hugo, right? And I'm actually going to close the widget that you see here. But now, and it looks kind of weird because there's so many, but now you can see, there it is, and this is live going across the screen. And, yeah. That's you're right, let's, absolutely.
Do it live!
There it is. So it'll go across the screen and eventually get to the other side. Train came right out of the microphone. Go, come on, nudge you along there, little fella. Go! Go! So it's a little plug-in thing. Yes, this is running in Hyper-V. Guest editions are installed, yes. You don't have any choppy mouse problems. I'm running OBS at the same time as Hyper-V on the same machine, so it's kind of pushing a lot on here. DD says that you crash a lot. What do you... No. Guitar 88 Hero. Where'd it go? Right? Where'd it go? Asks, does streaming help me be more productive? It's kind of a forcing function. It forces me to focus on my coding tasks. It forces me to learn things. I wouldn't suggest that the way that I stream makes me more productive, because I want to make sure that I engage and talk to you, the chat room, while we're building things here together. I want to make sure that I talk to folks as we're going along here. So I feel like that locomotive needs to be just a little bit lower so it's on top of kind of the track right there. For at least for mine. You feel like there should be a car, even for the first follower, since I am the locomotive, says Sushinator. You're not wrong. I think this is okay for what I'm trying to do here. You know, maybe that's a configuration option. I don't know. And of course, if we get another follower, right? And nobody's clicking follow, that's okay. It doesn't matter what the name is. It'll reset. And here comes 2 cars now. Fantastic! But the animation has kicked off at this point. It's running. Something could happen to the server and this would disappear. That's a whole nother problem that we need to address. But we'll get there. This is minimum viable. I don't think that's too much of an issue yet. So, looking back at our Readme, I think, I just closed the Readme. Yep, this one. So, we have the join channel feature. It does know that it is joined. It knows that it's monitoring right there. But I'd like to see some log information, perhaps, right? When and how does the bot join and monitor channels? It won't rejoin the channel and start following again if I redeploy the project. So this is something that will become an issue. I don't think we need this. I'm going to move this down here. I don't think we need this for minimum viable because the answer is going to be just refresh the bot. Wait. Stop monitoring. I grabbed the wrong one. Now I feel bad. Thank you for the follow, MJ Bot. I appreciate that. But you just triggered another car on the train. Thank you. How's it going there, Johnny Sparkles? You got a promotion? Whoa! Wow. Very cool. Thank you for the follow, Zakovich. Appreciate you joining us. Yeah. You can hit that follow button. That's okay. Big congratulations to you, Johnny Sparkles. We need to celebrate that. Always great to hear that folks get promoted. So, now we got 3 cars heading across the screen. 4 cars. 3 behind the locomotive over there with a 4. So, if we get more followers before the 5 minutes are up that it takes for this to get to the other side, we'll add more cars. It's so easy to understand when you explain it like that.
Tubbed Gamer gifted Johnny SP4 Eccles a subscription. Tubbed Gamer gifted a tier 1 sub to Johnny.
TBD Gamer, thank you so much for that gift sub.
21 gift subs in the channel.
Yeah! Congratulations, Johnny Sparkles. We're going to make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and you're going to get 17 emotes and all the ads turned off on channel. Thank you so much for that gift sub, TBD Gamer. Congratulations, Johnny Sparkle. Do I love streaming, asks Guitar88 Hero. Yes. Yes, I do. It is so much fun. I know, right? SP4 Urkels? No, not 4 Urkels. Thank you for the follow, Sloth Chunk. Welcome. Are you a Goonies fan? Is that the reference that I'm missing there? Let me know. Thank you for joining us. All right. So, our little train's going to go across the screen. So there's some animation issue that we've got to take care of there. The join channel feature. This one I'm going to drop down here to after deployment. Stop monitoring a channel feature. Stop the follower sub cheer notifications. So I think that's where we left off in our configuration model over here, right? So this is, right, there's my, not right there, right here. Let's put some carriage returns in here so you can see what's going on. This is the button right now that turns on specifies whether to join the channel or leave the channel. And when you leave the channel, we need to actually have it depart the channel and stop tracking followers so that it's not trying to run the train, right? We need to disable that. So let's take care of that here. So here, toggle channel. If you are connected, this is where we need to write a method to leave the channel. And right now, if you say join the channel, it tells the channel manager actor. You'll see about the actor model here in a second. Go join a channel, and here's the name of the channel to join. And it resets the is connected state. Refreshes the page. So we need to write a method so our bot knows how to leave channels. Goonies never say die. Absolutely. I agree. I couldn't find... Yeah, there we go. I did get the reference, and I also know that...
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
They are. MJT is asking about challenges or something earlier. One might be to only able to write code with copy-paste. You have to find code somewhere to copy it. That's like the Stack Overflow challenge. That's not too bad. Copy-paste only. Copy-paste only coding. Stack Overflow style. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Thank you for the follow, Guitar88 Hero. And is that Janice N7? Welcome. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate you joining us. And you helped extend our little follower train here that we're testing out on stream. I feel like I may want like a translucent background, a semi-transparent background there, so that you can see the train is here and how far it has to go. Because it kind of blends in. It kind of looks weird with the background. We'll think about that. So the follower train is at 7 right now. We've got the locomotive and 6 little cars there. Neat. At 15,000 points, Hugo... See, Hugo, you could have put that up as a highlighted chat message that I need to show here. Hugo thinks that at 15,000 points, we need a 15-second declaration of my love to JavaScript. Oh, I don't have... No! And there went the horses. Oops. I don't have my other voice modulator on me today. Rats. Nothing Else Matters asks a quick question. Visual Studio gives an information bar at the top of the work window. It says, install Microsoft recommended analyzers which provide additional fixes. I have seen some live streamers say no to this. Any recommendations? I say no to it as well right now. I'm not comfortable. I don't... The things that have popped up in there have distracted me from my coding. I don't know enough about them to feel and appreciate. I didn't say that word yet. I don't appreciate the value that they're bringing to me yet. I need to spend some time understanding them. But for right now, I say no and I decline those for right now. You got like 2 or 3 of those stacked today. Yeah. Okay. So let's write a feature here to tell the bot to leave the channel. So I already have a message, and we send messages around our application to tell the bot to do different things. This way it becomes easy for us to add additional features, add additional arguments later, instead of having to refactor our APIs everywhere. I just create a public sealed class called leave channel, and I make sure this is serializable, because in the future it may actually go across machines, not just hosts or processes, but across machines. So we're going to want to serialize that, send that out, and have it get to those other locations. So this is where I need your help. Those of you that might be CSS experts, CSS animation experts, it's just moving across the screen, right? I'm just doing an X transform, a transform X to get it across the screen. But as it gets over there to the train station, it doesn't quite pull in properly when it gets really long like this. When it's just one car, no problem. It gets all the way in and stops. But when it's really long like this, it behaves weird. It'll start pulling in, and instead of going through the train station and disappearing, it'll just kind of stop and cars will disappear from the end of it. It looks weird. Watch it there and you'll see what I'm talking about. While you're keeping an eye on that, I'm going to write the constructor here for my leave channel class. So, right, and this will contain information about the channel to leave, which is going to be some channel name. I'll use the light bulb there to quickly initialize a property called channel name. And the property is defined with just a get. It doesn't have a set that goes with it. This makes that property read-only. It can only be set inside my constructor method here on line 26. So in this way, it'll serialize and it's only constructed and you can only set that channel name. It becomes idempotent, right? It's immutable. It can't be changed once it's been created. So, and I'm going to use a control dot here, move this to its own file, leave channel. So look at this. I saved a class and this happens because it's a Blazor component. It's on a Blazor page. It's going to attempt to reconnect to the server, and because that recompile takes a little bit of time there, it didn't do that. Why do I need a class to leave the channel? Asks Rasdom Bucket. Thank you for the help there, moderators. So, see, and this isn't going to, it's not going to refresh as a widget here on my screen. I'm actually going to have to force a refresh of that page. And even then, it's not going to reload all the way properly. So I've definitely got an issue there that's going to prevent this from being production ready. We're going to need to address that with some Blazor work, it feels like. So the class to leave the channel, right? You pass messages around the actor framework here. So my channel manager actor here, this is the top of our business hierarchy here, receives messages, okay? And it can receive messages either in memory or using a service bus or a whole bunch of different technologies. But it's going to receive a message that has directions. Hey, do this thing, or ask it for questions. Like here, is this channel connected? And it'll either go and do something, or it'll go and do something and send a message back with what that status is. So I'm going to receive a message that says, hey, leave this channel. Go depart this thing. Well, I need to actually leave the channel now. So this class, I need to start building that out. Well, what does leaving the channel look like? What actually happens there? So from my configuration, not from here, my configuration model, when I want it to leave the channel, now, look at this, I'm going to do the exact same thing that's down here, which then begs the question, just create a message of some type and tell it down here and do the exact same things. Interesting. Folks are asking if I'm muted. Nope, not muted. Get Akka has neat documentation that explains a lot of the high-level stuff. Yes. Yes, yes. So what I feel like I could do here... Let's do this. Let's go into this message here. Let's actually create... I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. Let's call this an iMessage. I'm going to put an interface out here that doesn't do anything. Because then I can go leave channel. I can put this interface on my classes. Report a problem. Oh, thanks. So glad to hear that. And over here, what I can do is say... iMessage MSG. So I've declared that there's going to be a message here. Move this down a little bit. I'm going to make this a lot simpler, right? So if I am connected, MSG equals new message dot leave channel user identity name. So now I'm saying create one of those. And here I can say message equals. And instead of passing, oops, I need a semi there. Right, instead of passing that, I can just say, here's the message to send. What do you think? What do you think, chat room? So now we've simplified a little bit there. Pulled up another Twitch streamer working great, but here is still muted, both in the browser window and VLC. Oh, C17, that's weird. I'm definitely talking, I can see it. So now I know how to send a message that says leave channel. And if I, like I said, if I change my API, if I change the way that it behaves on both ends, all I'm doing is passing a leave channel object or a join channel object. What happens when it gets to its destination, we'll figure out there. So I'm going to put in some cheer graffiti now as I write the leave channel method inside of my channel manager actor here. And I feel like I need to organize some of these receive statements. It's getting a little crazy. So let's write a method here. This is inside of my constructor. So as the channel manager actor is being created, I'm going to receive a message of type leave channel, and I'm going to tell it this dot leave. Yeah, I'm going to create a method called leave channel. So I'm going to control dot here, so I get these very helpful things that allow me to automatically generate methods. And I'll move down here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put it right next to the one for join channel. Right? What was it called? Get channel actor. It is here. So I'm going to put this method to do the leave channel right after it. So I've got at least a little bit of organization there. It makes a little bit of sense that they're right near each other. So there are channel actors hanging out there. That's okay. We're going to end up destroying the one that's named after our object. We're also going to need to tell the follower actor, stop tracking this, this channel as well. So what can we do here to tell it, right, to stop those events from happening? We probably do want to log that this is happening, right? Let's see here. I'm not going to do that check. If the channel actors contains the key. Oh, if it contains it already. All right. Well, yeah, we probably want to handle that at some point. Channel configuration actor. We're going to ask for configuration to get the... I don't need the configuration. Context actor of channel actor props. This is going in creating that channel actor. We need to destroy the channel actor. So channel actor is right here. Is there a method here? Is there a dispose or something on here so that it will properly destroy? It'll properly go away. So report currency, broadcast message, whisper message. These are the various things that the bot can do in channel. Start to which connection, and here's where it starts the connection. Is there a stop that we wrote previously? Around post stop, client disconnect, there it is. So what I should be able to do is just grab that actor and tell it stop. Just checking in with chat room. Looks like a couple things happening over there, but nothing that I need to jump on. Nice discussion there trying to help out C17. Okay, so I need to get the channel actor for the channel, right? And this is the thing that manages all of the interactions that the bot has with the chat room. It actually does the IRC interactions and hands off actions appropriately to other parts of the application framework. So I'm going to say the actor that we're looking for is channel actors, and I'm going to have to pass in the name of the channel. So that should give me, right, an iActorRef. So I have that. So what I should be able to do now is, I can't, there is no stop here. So how do I tell it to stop? Oh, graceful stop. That makes sense. There is the poisonous pill system message. That sounds terrible. I don't want to do that. Graceful stop, time span for a timeout, or I have a stop message to send as well. So let's do this. Let's first make sure that we handle the case where the channel actor is already gone. So if channel actors, right, contains key message. So if it doesn't exist, if it isn't in there, so I'll put an exclamation point to invert that. Just return, don't do anything if it isn't there. So I've got the actors. This is a asynchronous here. It does return a task. So let's make this asynchronous as well. And I will have this take, what do you say? From seconds, let's have it take 10 seconds to stop at the most. And I can now await that. When it's done, I need to remove it. Remove, and the key is going to be the name of the channel. So I hope this makes a little bit of sense here, what's going on. And I also should log that I've left the channel. So I'll put it right here. At the info level, actor for channel, message channel name, nope. I won't say already present. Has been stopped. Makes sense. And then remove that. So, right, we've very quickly and easily now. And right, this is some of the power of what we're using Akka for, right? From our configuration, all we're doing is saying, create a leave channel object. Pass it over to the channel manager. Tell it, do this thing. Leave the channel. Channel manager actor will trigger this leave channel object method, passing in that information, and we're going to look at that channel name and decide appropriately to stop the channel actor, which should also destroy it, and then remove it. Dispose of that object. So, let me just make sure that I see a little red here. See the red in the gutter? Yeah, here we go. This needs to be receive async so that it handles that appropriately. There we go. Let's make sure that everything recompiles properly. Let me take a look at the chat room. Anything going on over here? ThinkBot Labs, welcome. Snoopaloopy asks Stelzy, have you ever looked at Microsoft Orleans? No. We've been focused on Akka here, and it's been quite productive. We've really enjoyed it. Akka does originate from Java. This is a close port, so we've done pretty well here working with this. So I'm still running into this issue where the bot isn't actually restarting properly here for me. Right, and that's going to be a real problem. Okay, so I just forced a reload after I forced the reload over here. Now, it's not connected. Right? Look, this configuration page has nothing there. Is it still connected? No. Right? So now I've got to force the reconnection. And this is some of that fit and finish that I'm talking about, that I need to get the connection happening properly every time, and that we don't see that, oh, you need to reload your screen thing. Because that's a pain in the neck, and I don't want people to see that. So there's a couple things there that we need to take a look at and figure out. But I mean, we could even... It's server-side Blazor. We could force that bit to something else. I forgot to write in our cheers here. Let me write these in real quick. And, what day is today? Today is October 22nd. 2019. Little known fact, this is one of the C# miners, one of my kids. 16th birthdays today. And she is plenty excited that it's her birthday. And she thinks she's gonna get presents or something from dear old dad on her birthday. What do you think this is? What do you think this says?
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
No, she doesn't have a chance. No chance. None at all. Think she's gonna get presents or something, I tell you. Kids. Yeah, that's right. She's gonna get my presents. I'm here. Hello. Driver's license state. So there's a thing here in Pennsylvania now where you can apply for your permit today, but you need to get a physical. You need to get a doctor's note. Blah 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 blah. No. So she's on her way. She's getting the stuff put together for it. Is she expecting a car for her birthday? No. It takes, once you get your permit in Pennsylvania, it takes 6 months with a certain amount of driving before they'll grant you your license. It's kind of crazy. Tell her that she can have any car of her choice. No, come on now. That's pretty bad. This could be hybrid Blazor soon, says Janesco. That's not bad. That's not bad. Do they do the same for older drivers? Asks Hugo. No, they don't. Look at that. Now I've got the reload again happening. See, that's gonna be annoying. That's gonna be really annoying. You know? So, right, reload the page to restore functionality, and it's still... I'm not getting the widget, right? I've got to force the widget to reload, and even then, I would lose all my state information. Yeah. Is this overlay being done by OBS? Thank you. Let's take a look at... Or just capturing... It is capturing a browser window in OBS. That's how it does it. Oh! There we go. Adam has a great suggestion. That's a wonderful one. It's easy. She can just have one of the train cars. You're not wrong. Let me pull that down so that the train is behind that. There we go. That's not bad. That's a thing. Definitely a thing. I don't know. I have to rejoin the channel, but every time I do this, right, it clobbers. Yeah. Was Blazor the one that runs on the browser's compiler? Well, it runs natively on WebAssembly in the browser window. Yes, Kron Kriz. But this is server-side Blazor. This actually runs on the server and sends information down. The widgets running in the browser might be a better thing. Might be. Oh my gosh, Carrie says they bought a honking huge truck for their son, and he loves it to pieces. Really? Really?
Alrighty then.
No. You've had some repairs, not his fault. Okay, alright. So now the leave, let's see. If I go back over here to configuration, it doesn't work again. Did he call it my precious? Nice. Nice. I think I broke it. I can't get into the configuration. Look at this. Unhandled exception. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Red alert. We've got a problem. I broke something.
Houston, we have a problem.
What did I break here? Rendering. See? Not happy about that. What page configuration, build render tree, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's not clear what broke. Just object reference not set to an instance of an object, and there's no information out there. Sounds like the OBS component should be in the browser, but you may have auth issues with the current implementation. No. Likely my extensive test suite will pick up anything I break.
What's that?
My test suite?
What's that?
Are you sure? You sure about that? There is no test suite. It's awful. Let me see. So that was over here. Something doesn't exist. So message should be something here. Well, it's not even down in there. Where is it? No. It's not clear to me where that's erroring out. The error message here is really not helpful. Just object reference not set to an instance of an object. Thank you for the follow, Larmonia. And you helped kick off the little train here. Gary! Thank you so much for that cheer. Yeah, added some value to the channel here. We're down here. That was 374. See, and right, the other thing is, once I get this done, we're gonna have, and I saved. Look at that. We're going to be able to invite Carrie on, and she's got some really cool features to integrate with Twitch, and help start identifying my hat that we're gonna talk about. We've got some container deployment things that we need to talk about. We're gonna do with Robert Tables. Yeah. Hat AI. Absolutely. Nope, didn't sleep all the way through this. You think I need C#8? I'm not going to go that far just yet. See, something's not running quite right here. It's not loading. There it goes. So now if I come to, right? It's not it's not joined to the channel and the train over here. Boop. So we're not quite there. All right, that worked now that I click into it. So now when I click leave my channel, it should flip over to say join, and we should see some information here about it leaving the channel. The other thing it still needs to do is it needs to stop the follower, right? Right, we forgot to do that part. Right. Follower actor tell track new followers. We also need to tell the follower actor stop tracking, right? So this, right, it creates a lease that says, oh, go start tracking this. We need to tell it to stop, right? So we need a method over here that says stop tracking new followers. So let's create a message for that as well. So serializable, public class, stop tracking followers. And yep, we're going to want a constructor with those same arguments. Stop tracking followers. I'll copy those down. And I'll just do some quick property creation here. Done. And look at that, I saved and it immediately wiped that thing. Put it into its own file, and that's good. So I also then need to say, after leave channel, right? After removing that, I need to say follower actor tell new stop. What was it? Stop follower. Stop. What did I call it? Stop tracking followers. Right? We just wrote that. It's right there. That's a thing. That's totally a thing. Ugh. Right? Message, channel name, message. I don't have the channel ID. Let's see if that's enough. I don't know why it's not finding it. It clearly is in the same namespace as track new followers. Right, there's track new followers. And stop tracking followers is right next to it. So it should be there. This should also be a sealed class. All right. So I'll... Oh, wait, I didn't give it a... do that. That's better. Okay. So the follower actor needs to know how to leave that. You need to get back to your pie hats. You need to spend any free time putting together lab kits for dev intersection. Oh, yeah. What did... Loving the new gig, Michael Jolly? That's awesome. Yeah, you're right, AVI desk. It was looking for the other parameter. You were correct. So what I need to do here is this dot receive async stop tracking followers. And let's create stop tracking followers. We'll create a method to do just that. What do you mean no code actions? We'll just call it stop tracking then. How you like that? You like apples? How about them apples? Generate method. There we go. All right. If the current list of channels that we're following does not contain channel name, then return. We need to be tracking it in order for me to stop. Return task, completed task. We finished. Go away. Actually, this should just be async, which means this can be return. Subscribe to Twitch webhook here. So what we should be able to do, right? This kicks off schedule lease renewal. There it is. Context scheduled to tell once, right? New renew follower webhook. When the renew follower webhook comes in, right? There's a renew that it does. Let's see here. There's the payload. So it'll come right in and just start working. I don't want it to just start working, right? I want it to check to see if the follower channels is in the list. And if it's not, don't renew. So if it does not contain, oh, it's got to have the channel name. Oh, crumbs. And I'm passing the channel ID. This is referenced in 2 places. Let's see, that renew follower webhook. Does that contain... It just contains the channel ID. Ah, rats. What is the splat icon? This is a... There was a bug or something that crashed. It's Linux's version of a... Not a blue screen. But just showing you that there was an error. So I think I need to open this up and pass the channel name in here. Ashdev! Thank you so much for the host. You can't see the message there because of the... I'm going to turn off the test follower train for right now. I appreciate you hosting us, Ashdev. And your followers over there. Appreciate you joining us. Yeah, if it doesn't contain... Right, I need to receive the channel name here also. Let's put the channel name first. Like that. So then I can say if the follower channels doesn't contain the channel name, return. Which means I also need to pass into the renewal here the channel name as well. And I'll create that property. There we go. So we'll pass along the channel name so it knows to go do that. Okay. So now if I scroll up here, await subscribe to webhook, I need to pass the channel name first. There we go. This now needs to have the channel name first as well, which will be M channel name done. So if it does not contain the channel name, return. Otherwise, this is easy. Follower channels remove. No, not add. I said remove. Thank you. And it's going to be the channel name. So now it'll continue following until the lease expires. And when the lease expires, it'll not be in the list anymore. This doesn't need to be async and a task. This could be just a void. Which means I can make that like this. Run synchronously and just have it done. Hey Ashdev, how's the bot going? It's going very well. We're just doing this little bit of fit and finish here. I think we need to go and start looking at some Blazor interactions because of how it refreshes the screen here when there's a change or there's a deployment. It doesn't connect in managed state very well. We're going to need to address that. Honey Pop, hello, hello.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Welcome. Using the highlight message there. So I'm trying to keep an eye out here for the other redemptions. I don't know exactly how they appear. How I get notified that a redemption has occurred. And I don't see any kind of how to get to the console. That's that. There's the request queue. So I feel like I have another screen that I need to have open now that has the request queue. Which things are weird, right? So here's the request queue for some of these custom ones. It's like, well, you need to have that hanging around now. All right, I'll put it over here somewhere. Like, I want to hear a tone or something to tell me that, oh yeah, you need to do a thing there. So, okay. So now it should stop tracking followers appropriately, right? If I send a stop tracking followers over here when we want it to leave the channel. Good. All right, I feel like that is, yeah, everything compiled. There's my unit tests. It compiled. Ship it. Now. Please? Yep, need a whole separate Windows for redemptions, moderation, featured chat. Great use for a Surface Book with touch for quick action, says Hugo. See, I need to be able to do that so I can show you these things. Having a touch screen with that enabled would be pretty good. So I can just tap, 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 done. Right? Running the mouse back and forth is kind of tricky. That's right, Adam. Reverb. Everybody loves. Almost at the hat replacement, but you're holding out for 1 million FritzBits. That's a thing. Ship it. Yes, absolutely. No. That's the right firm. Yeah, we're gonna ship these things. Absolutely. I think for right now, right? We are at a state where we could, let me add those new files, the new messages. Let me go back to the Readme also. Readme. How to build and test. Yeah, that's a thing. This is another thing that we're going to need to, I'm going to move it back up here. This works now. I have that. Join channel. No. Done. Okay. Yeah, this we're going to need to figure out. That's a Blazor thing that we got to deal with here. Yeah. All right. Was Readme? No, Readme wasn't in there. So I'm going to commit my changes here. Now properly leaves a channel when leave channel clicked. I will push up those changes, which will trigger a build. Dev azure.com. Hey, wow, it jumped right to it. It's like it knew where I was going. It's like it knew exactly what I wanted.
Everything is awesome.
It just knew. So it is building in dev over here. It should be building in dev over here. Hello? I pushed. See? Get push. Why aren't you building? Do the thing. Go. What? Why isn't it building? Hard Hitter 202. Thank you for the follow. Building from the dev branch or master. I pushed into dev. This should be building from dev, and it's not. No. Dev. Go. Why didn't it? Yes, CI is enabled. I don't think I turned it off. It's got the change. Let's take a look at the build definition real quick and make sure that it does have the trigger turned on. I thought it, yeah, enable CI. And it should build for every branch. So it's there. Not sure why it didn't pick up right away. Like, it's been picking up immediately as those things were made of, were pushed in there. So, yeah, CI is enabled. CI, continuous integration, right? It builds, it compiles my application every time I make a change. So, let that run for a little bit. So I'm feeling really good about the state of now all the things that we control in there. But the Blazor service restarting, when there's a deployment, when there's an update, for a bot that needs to be up 24/7 and running, that's going to make my deployment, my management of the bot, difficult. You notice that DevOps sometimes just, well, doesn't want to do what you want it to do. It might have picked up in a little bit, but I was impatient and clicked the button. Click the button. You know, gotta push the thing. Do the thing with the stuff. So, let's see. Go. Go. Do it. Make the thing. Let me see over here. Akka has persistent actors might be a good idea to look at if there is, for when there is a restart needed. That could be a thing. That could definitely be a thing. Need a larger stream deck to add a build it now button. That's, yeah, you're not wrong. Fix that number right there. Or we're still marching towards our goal of 10,000 followers. Another 32 and we will ship out some more stickers. We will make those available. Folks, I sent some out Saturday morning that had buttons in that in those envelopes. And they tell me they should get there. We'll see. There we go. Everything built properly. That's good. I'm going to go back to the GitHub. Since everything built properly and we're feeling pretty good about those features. I just finished this. We just added that. Added the stop following message. So this is done. Let's see. Refactor resolving. Get some simple getting started. Remove the ngrok platform. Yeah, can't do that just yet. Follower service should do minor deduping. This is being done now. Added minor in-memory deduping. All right. So let me create a pull request to push things into the master branch, which will also deploy using Docker. Let's do this. Minor updates to complete MVP. Now properly leaving channels. And some more fit and finish. Still not quite done yet, but we're getting there. We're getting really close. How close is the race to 10K, says Carrie. You're talking about the race with our friend Fairy Wings. It's getting really close. It's we're both scheduled to get, according to I think it was Social Blade, we're both going to make it to 10,000 followers on New Year's Eve. It is so close. So my other build here, this should see that the pull request went through when I click confirm merge.
I'm not myself just resubscribed for 10 months. A lifelong learner is a lifelong winner.
Thank you so much. I am not myself for the resub. 10 months. I am not myself is another one of the live coders. Make sure you check out their stream. Thank you for the shout out, Carrie. We'll make another donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I knew there was a thing there to say. See, look, it's not running the thing here. Thank you for the follow, Dr. Trowbridge. Welcome. I've got to click Q this manually. Like, you saw the deployment, do the thing. So while that's building, let's edit the pipeline. Make sure that this has the continuous integration turned on. It should enable continuous integration. So, not quite sure why they're not. We do have Stream Deck buttons for build and test runner. Yeah. I could hit the button and trigger those. So. Oh, that sentiment is so high. I'm glad everybody's having a good time today. This is disturbing. That the GitHub login is just kind of hanging. There it goes. And the Docker build should run very quickly. I broke the cloud! No, I didn't. I blew it up. No, not really. But this should finish building and deploy, and we should have an entry then on the portal with it actually running. It is listening, and it is out there at FritzBot.net. You can navigate out here, and it is still labeled with PixelBot. When this update comes out, this should be replaced, and it should say FritzBot. Now, I do have some concern. I do have some thought around putting some sort of a version number or a version tag inside the environment variables that get deployed so that we can see the version number down at the bottom or somewhere inside of our source code so that we can tell that it's running the next version, running the latest version of it. Time for bed. Thanks so much, AshDev. 3 a.m. Thank you so much for tuning in. I very much appreciate you joining us. And,
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Enjoy. Sleep well. Take care. So, no, at least I didn't delete the internet. No. Oh my gosh. Carrie, don't go there. Don't go there. Being the parent of an 18-year-old? Oh my goodness. I don't even want to think about that. It's bad enough I'm dealing with a 16-year-old.
Bazinga.
Yeah. So here we go. It's going to push to the GitHub repository that we have hanging out there. Done. Pushed. Finalized. And when we get a new version deployed over here, this will change to say FritzBot, and it'll have some other information. There it is. It already says it over here. These will be updated. There. Nope. Not yet. It's still deploying. I think it's deploying. It should be deploying. So Azure is set up so that it's monitoring my container registry out there on GitHub. And it should automatically detect that there was a change and deploy it. So we'll see. Thank you for the follow, Elmar Grohl. I appreciate you joining us. So let's, right, this should, there we go. And everything's updated. That was really cool. That is really cool. So we've deployed our updates. It runs out here in Azure. The next thing that I need to figure out is that stability thing when, right, so that it maintains state when Blazor kicks over and renews the connection. Because, quite frankly, that interaction stinks. You know? So how do we do that? I don't know. But you know what? I am at time here, friends. Load balancer over 2 Docker instances and go back and forth between them. Well, when you're logged into one, I need to maintain the connection to the other. Twitchloff!
Twitchloff just resubscribed for 2 months.
Yeah. Check that out. Thank you so much, Twitchloff. But I'm pretty happy. We've got this deployed. It's running. I think we just need to come back tomorrow and start talking through... We need to come back next time and start talking through that Blazor interaction and getting it to persist the state so that our animations and things don't just blank out like they were. So, load balancers can deal elegantly with SSL, so maintaining login isn't a problem. Yeah, let's look at that. I think there's going to be a thing there that we're going to address, that we're going to need to deal with. Definitely something we can work on. We're all set up for our raid here. You know what? She is learning basic HTML right now, and I want to support our friend Fairy Wings. She's working through Khan Academy. She's doing her first ever live coding stream. And it would be tremendous if we could go in there and we can support her as a community. It's basic HTML, so she's not taking some of the suggestions and explanations from folks. She's walking through the lessons from Khan Academy, and it would be tremendous to go say hello to her today. All right? So let's set up for the raid. There's the raid call. If you're a subscriber, grab the first line. There it is. Grab the first line that the bot just posted there. If you're not a subscriber, that's okay. Grab the second line here with the missiles, and we're gonna go over. We're gonna say hi to Fairy Wings, and we're gonna encourage her to learn and spread some good technical feelings there in her community. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. I really appreciate you tuning in, and get ready to go see our friend Ms. Fairy Wings. Why am I louder on this screen than the others? I don't know. My volume levels are all coming through the same. It's coming through from the mixer. Thank you so much, everybody. This video, like my other videos, will appear on YouTube. You're going to see notices from the YouTube channel. I've got about a week and a half worth of videos all queued up that you're going to see start arriving out there. Thank you so much, everybody. I will be back tomorrow. I'm working on a couple guests for the end of the week. I will let you know what happens and who we have. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Say hello to our friend, Fairy Wings. Bye-bye.